Welcome to Creative Thinkers. My name's Taylor.
What was that?
God.
I'm Ryan.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
We're a day late.
We are a day late, and we apologize for that. We are working on some projects at the moment that took a little bit more time last night than we thought.
A lot of time.
But yeah. So what we're going to be talking about today is the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, and we're going to also talk about some memories that we don't know why we have, but we have them. And
things we remember, but like we don't know where they came from.
And mine is I have a memory that I know where it came from, but I don't know why I have it in my perspective in that way. And then we're also gonna, if we have some time, we're gonna talk about some an experience about a hoarder house that we were in, and just throwing it out there, if we do have time, talk about sicknesses that we had we can't explain.
A lot to talk about today,
just in case we have extra time. But first of all,
Spider-Man No Way Home. That oof. Yes.
I've never heard you like scream more.
Oh, I screamed so loud. I wouldn't be surprised if someone thought I was like dying.
I'm surprised your neighbor hasn't like
our neighbor's cool.
Had a noise complaint yet.
Our neighbor's really cool. He don't care.
Fucking New Year's Eve. Oh my god.
Yeah.
New Year's Eve was bad. We got a little too rowdy. But yeah, the Spider-Man No Way Home. I keep saying one.
I keep doing that too. Yeah.
No Way Home. I
think the title sucks.
I'm not exactly. I'm sure it has something to do with the story. The story has to have something like that. If Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to be in it, which I think they will be, but not as prevalent as people think.
Oh no,
he thinks they're going to be in it.
Oh no, they're 100% going to be second main characters.
I think they're going to be like cameos.
They're going to be in
the
more
very
than half the movie.
So
no, they're going to be basically the first 20 minutes or so, 25, 30 minutes of the movie is going to be all set up to them showing up, and they're going to be in the whole rest of the movie.
Now, the first 25 minutes is going to be of Peter trying to figure out how to change his life, because he's basically, everybody knows who he is. I
think it's going to be like a montage of like, by the way, if you guys haven't seen the trailer yet, I don't know what you're doing. Go stop listening to this. Go watch the trailer. It's really good. Because I think that the first half of the movie is going to take place over the span of like 6 months or so. Like, because in the trailer and like set photos, you see that it's like snowy. Like and then in the trailer also they show like Halloween. Like they go through the seasons. So I think it's going to be like.
I didn't even catch on to that.
Yeah.
Well, then again, you're the one that's kind of like diving deep into it. And
I know everything about this movie. I don't even care. I could probably spoil the whole plot right now, but I'm not going to. But I could.
So, if you've watched the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, by far probably the best trailer of any Spider-Man movie or Marvel movie they've made yet. But we went to find out, or I guess he found out and told me, that 70% of the trailer was altered.
Okay, so that is a speculation. It's not a fact.
Speculation. Okay,
it's not a fact. But just knowing about what's in this movie, knowing a lot of the plot of the movie, and then watching the trailer, like you can tell. Like, okay, so there's a difference between people like me and people like who just like me, like go seeing movies. Yeah,
yeah.
So like, I dive really far into this. Because it's like
there's three different categories. There's people who just go watch the Marvel movies or just go watch movies, and they're like, oh yeah, I like Spider-Man, I'll go watch it. Like my mom, I took her to Homecoming, and I really wanted to go see it. We had free tickets. She went and saw Homecoming with me, and she really liked it, even though she knows nothing about Marvel. And then there's the people who follow the Marvel MCU like me, but don't dive super deep into it. And then there's this dude who dives very deep into it and knows like the in and outs of almost every movie that's going to be coming out.
Yeah. I enjoy it. I don't know. Marvel takes up a lot of my life.
Marvel is your life. What do you mean?
Yep, that's true. Like, so like, in this trailer, you can like tell, well, like one of the big things to people who know that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to be in this movie. I'm sure you already know this bit, but like when Doc Ock says hello, Peter, he's 100% talking to Tobey Maguire. He's not talking to our Peter.
So then if he's talking about Peter, so then they just don't, so you know how he says hello, Peter, and then the very next shot is of Peter getting into his Infinity War suit, and he's on top of the car. Mm-hmm. You said that that's actually completely fake, and that
there's a theory
that's at least that suit is not the actual suit that he's wearing. It's actually the new suit.
Yeah,
but I think that that's actually a few shots before,
like before they show up, or like right when the explosion happens, or something.
Yeah, I think Tom Holland is actually guiding people, and he's trying to tell Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire what to do and like what's going on, and then that's when the explosion happens. And
the suit
gets in the suit.
The Iron Spider suit is definitely fake. That's 100% fake. I don't think the Iron Spider suit is going to show up in this movie at all. Now they're calling it the integrated suit, which is like basically if you just took the nanotech that's just on the chest and then put it over the red and black suit, that's what he's wearing around in this movie. And so then, like in none of the like promotional material, they have the Iron Spider suit, like as it was in Infinity War. That's not like anywhere in it.
Okay. But then if they have the promotion and people know what the new Spider-Man suit looks like, why would they not show it in the trailer?
Because it's all screwed up right now. Like they've had merchandise and all that stuff ready for a year because COVID. Because
kind of like Halo, huh?
So basically, well, maybe not a year, but like 6 months or so. Because Spider-Man, we were supposed to get Spider-Man like at the beginning of the summer. Like we were supposed to get it in like June.
No Way Home?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they stopped because I remember you telling me that they stopped production because of COVID, and they had to, and then they like went back like 4 months later after they finally found.
I don't think they like fully started. They didn't start shooting when COVID started. So like when the pandemic started, they didn't start shooting, but they had to like finish. What I think happened is that they had the post-production, not post-production, what do you call it? Pre-production, right? That's what you call that. Pre-production, they had all that stuff done. Like they had the script written, all storyboarded out, all that stuff was ready to go. All the actors were picked, everyone was all ready to go, and then the pandemic happened, and then they needed to wait, basically. So when everything was starting to cool down for a minute, that's when they were like, okay, now we can just go straight to shooting. And so everything was ready.
So then that makes sense because
that's why it got done so quick.
They started filming. Well, they just had everything in place. They were just waiting until they had the
like this movie started shooting like
January.
Around May, January or May,
January of this year, 2021.
And now it's getting ready to release in December. So that's only what, 6 months?
So that basically means that they would take the shots and literally immediately take them to the special effects once they were done taking the shots, and they would just start working on it.
Yeah. Well, they probably had a lot of special effects done too, because that happens sometimes before shooting.
God, could you imagine being the dude that just did special effects for one scene and being like, all right, well, we're gonna drop the trailer on August 14th or August 24th?
Yeah, 24th
or something like that.
And they're like 24th. Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we're going to drop the trailer, so we need to alter the Spider-Man suit. And he's like, oh, I already worked on the scene. No, you need to do it again. That
would suck. Well, I'm sure
I completely forgot to tell you that there's a theory that someone found that. So when was Spider-Man No Way Home trailer released?
Oh, you're talking about the WandaVision connection? Yeah.
Do you think that was on purpose?
No. That was 100% a coincidence. I don't think that was on purpose.
Well, I think they had that date, and then they were just like, oh, someone was just like, it'd be funny if we just posted on that date.
Maybe. But it wasn't like pre-planned. That wasn't something that they were like going to do the whole time.
Because they had to have recorded, they've had to be done shooting WandaVision even before COVID started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they weren't done shooting, but they were like about to be done shooting. Mm-hmm. That's why there was like an extra, I think it was like an extra episode. Like there was supposed to be only 9.
But there was 10. No, there's only supposed to be 8.
8.
But there was 9 episodes.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I don't know. But yeah, no. There's I'm so ready to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in this movie.
I hope this gets Andrew Garfield one more movie and Sony doesn't lay into it.
I really, really, really believe that they're both going to get one
extra movie.
I really, really believe that. I don't think it's going to turn into a full-blown franchise again, but I definitely see them capping off the original Spider-Man trilogy with a fourth one, and Andrew Garfield getting his third movie.
These three characters, and when at the coffee and my girlfriend's in the background watching the camp. Are you fucking dying over there?
I choked on water. I'm sorry.
It's a segment in our show now.
Someone has to cough.
That's okay. You're allowed to cough. It's okay.
That originally episode 3 was supposed to be just the Hobgoblin. That's it. And I think
which one?
Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire. It was supposed to just be the Hobgoblin.
4.
No, 3. Remember, Sam Raimi just wanted to be the Hobgoblin and maybe Sandman.
I'm pretty sure it was,
but then they were like,
Sandman was supposed to be the main.
Well, they'd be like, Sony's like, well, we want to throw Venom in there because he's really popular. And he's like, well, we'll throw Venom in their next movie. He's like, no, we want you to throw it in there now. And that's why I got so much shit, was because they had 4 different stories that they had to tell in like an hour and 45 minutes. And Sam Raimi's like, okay, whatever.
So you mean Harry Osborn's
son? Yes, James Franco. Before he was like really famous.
Harry Osborn is the son.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, James Franco's the actor, is what I'm saying. James Franco character. That's what I'm saying. James Franco's the
character.
Yeah, I know. Harry Osborn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was before James Franco was like really popular.
Okay.
That was after like people made fun of him because in like episode 1 and episode 2 he wasn't that great of an actor, and then like in episode or Spider-Man 3 he was just like a different actor, and he was actually pretty decent. And then he became...
Well, it's because I think he was more used to comedy before that. He was doing a lot of comedy. He never really did serious roles.
Mm-hmm.
But, so, when Alfred Molina's Doc Ock showed up, do you know how many people flipped their crap when they saw that bit? Like, that was so good.
I just can't wait until they show how he gets there.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see how he gets there. Because he's falling down to the bottom of the ocean or the Bay of New York after right before he goes into Spider-Man No Way Home.
Like, I'm super hyped for this movie. Spider-Man is my superhero. He's my favorite superhero. And I loved all the movies that came before that. The only thing I'm worried about is that I don't want them to ruin any of these characters. I don't want them to do things to these characters that you cannot undo, because they're like
someone's gonna die.
A lot of these had complete arcs.
Someone's gonna die.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I bet money it's gonna be Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. He's going to die because he. Angelique's making a sad face right now because he doesn't like doing this. I'm surprised he even agreed to do it. Do you know how much money Disney had to throw at Tobey Maguire to do this?
Well, Tobey Maguire doesn't really like working for Hollywood anymore.
It's like
he likes working for. He's kind of like Elijah Wood. He kind of likes working. Elijah Wood likes working like on indie movies and like.
Well, I don't think Tobey Maguire's done any movies in a long time.
But he doesn't like. Elijah Wood doesn't like working with Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
He's done a few Hollywood movies since Lord of the Rings, but for the most part, he's just done like very small budget movies.
Yeah, well, it's like, and I remember hearing a lot of stuff about like Tobey Maguire on Spider-Man 3 and stuff like that. Like a lot of people, he was difficult, from what a lot of people said. And
I've heard that, yeah.
And I mean, shit, I don't know the guy personally, but you know.
Have you seen the videos of him and the paparazzi?
That's stupid, man. It's not his fault.
People are like, "Oh, he's such a douche," and I'm like, "No, he just doesn't give a shit, and he's just tired of people following him."
Yeah, he's not being a douche. Like, I think because I've seen that, like Andrew Garfield. They even done one about Andrew Garfield getting mad at paparazzi that were being like mean to someone or something like that. Paparazzi are pieces of shit. I'm sorry, I don't like them. Not all of them, but they're like if someone says stop, or like if it's clearly someone just walking down the street minding their own business, it's not an event, you know, nothing's going on, leave them alone.